Is this the Arecibo telescope? A satellite dish? A very futuristic bird bath? Nope, it's a big air purifier. Meet the Dyson Purifier Big and Quiet Formaldehyde. When it says big in the name, you better believe it.
People who live with allergies or health challenges know the importance of an air purifier, but what about the rest of us? While most of us think we have clean air in our homes, the truth is things like radon gas, ultra-fine particles, and even toxic chemicals like formaldehyde can and do exist in our homes, brought in by things like new furniture or carpeting, or even some building or renovation products. But of course, if you can't see it, taste it, or smell it, you probably don't know it's there. That's where something like an air purifier comes in. It can clear the air of junk you didn't know was lurking. So in this review here in my home, I'm trying out the Dyson Purifier big+quiet Formaldehyde. I'll take a look at what it's designed to do, what makes it unique, and the big in its name is a huge clue. I will also show you how I integrated it here into my house, how it seems to work, and if overall I can recommend it for you.
It's in the name, but it's worth hitting again since even I wasn't prepared for how truly big this purifier really is. The Dyson Purifier Big and Quiet Formaldehyde is 83 centimeters tall, which is about 32 inches, and 41 centimeters wide, which is about 16 inches. It weighs just under 12 kilos or 26 pounds, and it has wheels for hard flooring, making it easier to move it around. The cord is almost 2 meters long or about 6 feet.
So that's the big. What about the quiet? I'm actually going to give you a quick little demonstration here. Right now the purifier is on and it's running at one of its lower levels. I think it is level 2 right now. And it's basically not noticeable at all in the room. Now, if I go ahead and crank it up to a few of the higher levels, that's level 5. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it right up to level 10. You probably can barely pick that up at all. So even on full power, it's actually not all that loud at all. Definitely quiet.
The Dyson Purifier Big and Quiet Formaldehyde has been designed to work from the corner of a room, but Dyson recommends it be at least about a meter away from a wall, which, because of its massive size, again poses more challenges with placement in smaller spaces.
Of course, because this is designed for larger spaces and it is Dyson's largest format purifier in the lineup, space shouldn't really be an issue for you if you're looking at this. It is made to purify bigger rooms and homes up to 100 square meters or about 1,076 square feet.
It's also extremely unique looking, and it's made up of 2 parts. There's the base, where the filters are, and the top, which I've taken to calling the bowl, which is where the airflow exits. There's also a wee magnetic remote control in the box too. There is some minor assembly required, but the good news is it's easy. Once you unpack the 2 large components from their box, they essentially just fit together. On the inside are the filters. There's an outer layer wrapped around the inner layer like a blanket. This is the activated carbon filter. That inner core is the glass fiber HEPA filter. Dyson recommends replacing the HEPA filter after using it for up to 5 years or sooner if you need to. The activated carbon filter should be replaced about every 2 years or more often if required. This unit also has a catalytic filter, which you can't see, that traps and breaks down formaldehyde molecules, and it turns them into tiny, imperceptible amounts of water and carbon dioxide. Dyson claims this filter should last you a lifetime. Since it's in the name, it's no surprise the Big and Quiet Formaldehyde pulls formaldehyde from the air.
To help you understand how and why formaldehyde is a problem, I'm going to pull from one of my previous videos on this topic.
Formaldehyde is a chemical that's used in building materials and household products. It can also be found in materials made of pressed wood like particle board and plywood, as well as glues and adhesives.
So what else does it remove from your air? Things like pollen, pet dander, mold, dust, and anything smaller than 10 microns, which in plain English is practically microscopic. It's also effective against smoke allergens and bacteria, as well as cigarette or candle smoke. It also claims to be effective against VOCs or volatile organic compounds, including things like aerosols and air fresheners, or any off-gassing from things like plywood, paint, wallpaper, and household cleaning products.
You can see exactly what it's pulling from your air both on the machine and in the Dyson app. The app can also change the airflow angle and adjust the speed. An auto feature allows the Big & Quiet to increase or drop power as it needs to.
I spent about 2 weeks with this device, and it allows you to make a few adjustments depending on what you think you need.
While this isn't also billed as a fan, there is noticeable airflow, which will come out across the top of the bowl in 3 different directions. It'll essentially cut straight across the room horizontally towards you, or it will aim the air up higher at different angles into the room, from about 0 degrees to 25 degrees to 50 degrees. There is also a timer which will shut the purifier off automatically, and night mode which helps it run even quieter. Essentially, that's it when it comes to settings.
So what you're all no doubt wondering is, does it actually work? I've said it more than once in an air purifier review that it is extremely difficult for me to make an accurate determination about whether or not this device is actually working. I don't have access to air quality testing, I'm not a microbiologist, and I don't know anybody that works in a lab. I'm essentially taking Dyson at its word here that its devices are doing the job that they say they will. Now, for the most part during my testing, my air quality stayed quite good, and I didn't have any red flags come up on the device. I can say, however, that when we've been in wildfire season in the past, that several Dyson purifiers I have tested do filter and detect the smoke that seeps into the house. It shows up in the particle readings on the screen and in the app, and the purifier does actually work harder once it starts detecting those contaminants coming into the house.
Overall, if you are in great need of a large format purifier that's not going to disrupt the house, this is a great place to start. It has a lot of pluses, particularly if you live with an allergy sufferer or someone with health concerns. But for the average homeowner, this device is going to be both overkill and not versatile enough to justify the price tag.
Let's recap the pros and cons as I see them. I do think this purifier looks kind of cool, and it was really easy to set up. The app connectivity works very well, and I think it is really handy that it has wheels too to more easily move it around.
It provides good data about what it's detecting in my home, which does help provide me with a level of comfort. While it's also not billed as a fan on those higher fan speeds, it definitely gets a breeze going in my space, and as the name also hints, it is truly very quiet in operation.
So what are the downsides? As the name suggests, it is a very large device and it does require a lot of space for optimal placement. I also found the controls were kind of limited, aside from changing those fan speeds and the 3 airflow angles. I also found myself, as the first snow fell on Calgary early in the season, wishing that it also had heating capabilities too. Now, if that is something you're looking for, I could also steer you in the direction of the Dyson Hot Plus Cool Formaldehyde, which I have also reviewed here on the channel.
This is also an extremely expensive device, particularly when you're not getting either heating or cooling too. The Dyson Purifier Big & Quiet Formaldehyde sells for about $9.99 US or $12.99 Canadian, and you can get it from places like Dyson or Best Buy.
I look at this device and I think that it could actually be so much more. Yeah, add in the heating and the cooling for sure, but if you're going to make something that's as big as a piece of furniture, why not go all the way and get creative? Put a great sounding speaker into the base and now you've got something that might be more worthy of taking up all this real estate. Now, to be clear, I think the Dyson Big & Quiet absolutely delivers on its name and promises, and there are no surprises here. You're definitely getting what you pay for. Now, if you've got the funds for this, you're not going to be disappointed, but if this is priced outside your budget for now, I can recommend the smaller and less expensive Dyson Hot Plus Cool Formaldehyde as a worthy alternative. That's the one I have here in my home, and I use it every day all year round. You'll pay just about $8.49 US or $9.99 Canadian for that one. You can check out that full review right now.